Whew. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we smashed our legs. Very productive leg day. Very productive leg day. So last week I had some issues with my knees popping as I was squatting with the box squat. Even when I was pausing at the bottom, I still had some issues with my knees popping. In the video, if you listen closely, you can actually hear my knees pop. And the reason for that, I believe, is because my knees were traveling too far forward. If you look at a video, you actually see how far my knees are traveling up. And I actually competed in a powerlifting competition a few weeks ago where I squatted pretty much exactly the same, maxing out at 545 with my knees traveling that far. And I was able to get the weight up with no issues with my knees, but granted I had my knees wrapped. So because my knees popped so bad last week, I wanted to go back and refine my form, my squat form. And today that's what we've done. So first couple sets I took it very slow with just the bar, and first set I went down as low as I could, hinging back about as far as I could, trying to keep my shins almost perpendicular with my quads on my femur, and it felt a whole lot different. I felt more glute activation, felt more quad activation, and I felt like that would altering my form to this, where I'm hinging back a whole lot more and my knees aren't traveling as far forward, will help me progress into strengthening my posterior chain and also my quads. So after the first set, I bring in the box, still no weight, taking it down slow and trying to really get the groove of the way this form feels, and no popping in my knees. Of course, I have my sleeves on, but no popping in my knees. My knees did not travel nowhere near as far forward as they had been, and I felt like I made some progress today. But with testing these new waters, I wanted to see how far I could go with actually squatting like that, or how heavy I could go with since I had altered my form. And I done 135 fairly easy, 225, worked up to 315 for sets of 8 on the box squat. Now I think this is like a 15 to 16 inch box, not exactly a 12-inch box, but I believe I was below parallel and I could really feel my posterior chain working. And actually more quad activation as well. So, like I said, worked up to 315 for sets of 8, and they were very challenging, especially the last 2 sets. I think on the last set I only got 5, and one reason my hips and lower back was smoked. I did have some issues coming down, trying to keep my core tight, tight, and trying to keep that form intact. It was a real struggle. So I did have some lower back issues, or some lower back pain, and I ended up only at 5 on the last set. And because of the lower back pain, I was unable to front squat. Usually after a heavy back squat, I'll go into a lighter front squat, anywhere from 185 to 225. I done that on the week before, and with the front squat, I don't mind my knees traveling too far forward, or well, not excessively forward, but I don't mind them traveling as far forward because the whole time you're trying to keep your chest upright, and the more you hinge back, the more your torso tends to lean forward, and it becomes harder to really keep that bar up here on your anterior deltoids. So we didn't get to do front squat today because, like I said, my lower back was thrashed. So we moved on into the leg extensions, and we worked out with about 130 pounds. Really put in some work there, fried our quads. After that, done 4 sets of 10 to 12, around 130 pounds. Leg extensions aren't really for strength, more for hypertrophy. But because of my back being thrashed, I wasn't going to get much work done until it actually cooled off. So I substituted leg extensions in for today. After the leg extensions, moving on towards single dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. And I really like those. I feel like it helps me build up single leg strength as well as balance. And it also helps me with my glute strength as well. And they are really great for frying the legs. I mean, just with one dumbbell on the outside of the quad, going down and allowing the dumbbell to touch the floor and coming back up, you really get a good pump in your quads from that. So 3 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 8, whichever one. I stopped at 10 today because lower back, and I was getting ready to puke. Jeez, I was working hard. I was getting ready to puke. So usually after front squats, Bulgarian split squats, then I'll work into lunges. But like I said today, lower back was just too far gone for me to kind of put in any other work without compromising form and possibly injuring myself. Usually after all that, we're doing some more work on our glutes and our hamstrings with good mornings with the safety bar. And those are really good for building up glute strength, hamstring strength, and they're good for hypertrophy. But today we just didn't get it in because lower back was smashed. Right after that, usually doing sled pushes with 3 to 4 45-pound plates. We'll push them down 10 yards, pull them back 10 yards. And if your legs aren't fried by everything else that you've done, once you do the sled pushes, you're ready to throw up or quit because it feels like you just need a brand new set of legs. So no sled pushes today. Opted out for some hamstring curls, which got a really good pump from. And then we've done our calf raises because we got chicken legs. My ankle literally touches, my right ankle just goes straight up to my knee because I have no calves. But we're working on that. And then right after that, we got our core work. Now today I tried something new, which is planks while moving a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Now I've never done these before. I've done planks, and planks are good for working your local core muscles for stabilization. But while you're doing a plank and you're actually moving the kettlebells or the dumbbells, it's a brand new ball game. Not only are you're activating the local core muscles for stabilization, you're activating the global core muscles for movement, and it takes a lot out of you. I only managed to get 7-8 reps each time before collapsing onto the floor. It was tough. Right after that, we got our leg raises on the pull-up bar, trying to raise our legs up as far as we can, working on our abs. And my core was already fried after just doing the planks with moving the kettlebells. So I was already fried there, but we powered through those and then done our regular sit-ups on the decline bench. And the sit-ups on the decline bench, they're more for an aesthetic look. They're more for the looks of the core. But after you've done the kettlebell movement while doing a plank and your leg raises at the pull-up bar, by the time you get to those, you're not even worried about aesthetics. You're every time you pull yourself up, you're feeling your core work. So yeah, they're good for aesthetics, but once you've done everything else and you get to doing sit-ups on the decline bar, you're still working on the strength of your core. So, but yeah, that was our leg day today. Like I said, my legs are fried. I hobbled around the gym for probably about an hour and a half after just regular back squats because my legs were fried. They are still fried. But I greatly appreciate y'all checking out the video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe, like it. Until next time, it's Strong Bird Fitness.